Hey everybody, this is my 40-gallon native tank, and that fish you can see darting in and out of the darkness there is my bluegill sunfish. I threw a little bit of food in the tank in order to try to get it to come out from underneath of its hiding place and we can see it in the light a little bit more. But today I think is going to be the day the sunfish leaves this tank. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Maybe we'll save that for a surprise at the end of the video. But it's just getting really big and it's getting really aggressive. I have begun to notice over the last few weeks that I never see any of the mosquito fish swimming around in the tank anymore. And you can kind of make them out around the edges and along the back wall. I did throw some food in the tank, as I mentioned, and so they're trying to come out and get it a little bit. But even this little bit of activity is what you get when there's food in the tank. So when there's not, I see nothing. The fish just hide in the back, and I'm sure it's for fear of getting gobbled up by that sunfish, because it's certainly getting to be sizable enough now that it could eat some of those smaller mosquito fish. And I was even beginning to suspect that it had already destroyed and killed both of my crayfish in this tank. I have two crayfish, or in theory I've got two crayfish in this tank, but I've not seen them for quite a while. And if we really start looking closely at the bottom of the tank, you can see how undisturbed it looks. It just doesn't look like anything has been crawling around on the bottom or doing anything that would disturb the mulm and the detritus and everything on the bottom. In fact, this cave right here, let me see if I can block a little bit of this glare for you. This cave right here is where the crayfish normally would be hiding, but I mean, it just looks like nobody's home. You can't really see much in there at all. I did get down and look in there the other day with my flashlight, and we can't really see it right now, but in there is one of the crayfish. So I know I still have at least one of the crayfish in the tank, and I might have both. So today we're going to get in there, we're going to catch that sunfish, and we're going to rehome it. So sit tight, let me get in there, and we'll try to get it out. Oh, right, he's looking a little bit beat up. In the attempt to catch him in the other tank with all that woodwork in there, he really wedged himself into a couple of corners and struggled to sort of force his way through a couple of little gaps between some rocks and stuff. It's always a risk when you're trying to catch a fish out of a tank. I tried to do it as gently as I could, but sunfish are really aggressive and just active fish, and it was freaking out while I was trying to catch it. So I did get it with fairly little issue. Only took me a few minutes to get it out of there. I've had a bit of experience over the years at catching fish without too much trouble. So there you go. It is now in my 125-gallon New World tank. It went from looking pretty big where it was to now it actually looks like one of the smaller fish in the tank, and is going to have to adjust to being the bottom end of the pecking order again. Of course, it's not going to take very long for the sunfish to get right back to the top of the pecking order, because even at that size it will certainly be able to hold its own. The only fish in this tank that would be bigger and more aggressive would be my tilapia in the back corner back there. It'll be interesting to see how these two get along. So there you go, just a little quickie for today. Just wanted to get that fish out of the tank and put it in this one, and wanted to get that on video for everybody. So there you go, my sunfish is now in my New World tank, and hopefully we can go out, maybe catch some more gambusia, and we'll get to see those crayfish crawling around a little more, and my native tank will start coming back to life now that this very, very aggressive sunfish is now out of the tank. So there you go, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you're subscribed. You never know what you're going to get with me. I'll see you real soon in the next one.